Hi everyone! Today I want to talk about something that's really close to my heart. It's the book that changed my life. I'll do a separate video on all the other influential books that I've read because I read a lot of books. But if someone ever asked me, what's that one book that changed your life? Then this would be it. It's Success Principles by Jack Canfield. If you haven't heard of this book, you must go and read it. Because you know how sometimes there's a life before reading a book and then there's a life after reading a book. This is the book that did that for me. And the reason why it did that was because I read it at a time where I was feeling really, really low about myself. This was 2 years ago, actually now almost 3 years ago, when I had moved from Australia to the UK. And it was like starting from the bottom where I had no friends, no family apart from Pratik here, no job. I had quit everything. I had sold off everything in Australia and moved here to be with Pratik. And I had no support system immediately around me apart from him. It was winter time, it was really depressing weather-wise. I was really lonely, and I was just sitting at home and applying for jobs and kind of trying to figure out how this whole system worked. And I kept getting rejections after rejections after rejections, and I took it all upon me personally, which really impacted my confidence, my self-esteem, and I just felt like it was the lowest point in my life. Although, touch wood, I'm sure things could have been much worse, but at that point, it made me feel really anxious about myself. So I was looking for an escape, and I knew that I had to do something about this because it wasn't, it's not a nice way to live your life, right? When you're feeling so low about yourself. So I came across this book, and I'm so glad I did because it utterly changed the way I thought about myself and the way I perceived myself at that point. So Jack Canfield in his book Success Principles talks about lots of different principles that he follows in his life that he liked to share with everyone. The one principle that stuck with me was about taking ownership of all the actions and the decisions that you make in your life. So rather than complaining and blaming the environment around you or other people around you for how things are happening to you, things don't happen to you. They happen because you made a decision, and that situation is a result of that decision, if that makes sense. So that made so much more sense to me at that point, because I was like, yes, it's because I chose to move and I chose to quit my job back there, and I chose that I wanted to have this adventure, and now I need to be prepared to handle these tough situations. And it's all my doing. I can't blame anyone, and I have to deal with it myself. There's no one else coming to help me, so I need to take ownership of my life, and I need to be okay with the fact that I made those decisions, and the results could be positive or negative. That's not always in your control, but what's in your control is to just accept that fact and to move on. It's such a simple logic, but oh boy, it has such a deep meaning, and it definitely just changed the way I was looking at life at that point. And I've just, along with all the other principles he talks about, this one I think was the most important one for me. So Jack Canfield's Success Principles, definitely have a read of it. Even if you're sailing through life right now, there are so many amazing nuggets of information in his book. I guarantee you that you will pick something really useful to apply to your life. See you in the next video. Bye.